Good morning everyone, it's Tuesday the 28th of March 2023 and apologies if you've tuned into Run Man Dan, the very few of you that are expecting a race video today. Of course I had the 100 Hills 50 kilometre race weekend before last, and once I'd driven the hour and a half to get there, I realised I'd left my GoPro right by the front door, which unfortunately meant I couldn't film anything. So I thought out today, it's been a week and a half since then. We're out for 21 kilometres, just a half marathon, just to keep the legs ticking over, because obviously we've got a huge race coming up in just under 2 weeks, the South Downs Way 50 miler. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to fill you in what happened in that race, the 50k, and obviously prepare for and review the South Downs Way 50 mile. But for now we are almost 2 kilometres in. We'll check in soon and we'll talk about that 100 Hills 50k. So let's talk about what went well in the race. So beautiful race, 50k around the Chiltern countryside, 2 25k loops. Elevation ended up being 1,320 meters, so slightly more than advertised, but that's okay, we don't mind that. So what went well? I paced myself well, very well indeed. Didn't run off too fast. I was hitting the aid stations around about the predicted time that I put down for my pacing. On that respect, it went very well. I climbed well, fairly well, and I descended very well. Ended up with a time of 6 hours and 13 minutes. Now I'm pleased with that because the Serpent Trail 50k, which I did back in 2021, I did in 6 hours 10, but there was only half of the elevation. This time the elevation was over half that amount, or double that amount. And there were some of the shortest and sharpest hills I've ever tackled. Very sharp, some of them. So yeah, all of that went very well. The pacing, climbing, happy with the time. So I guess that means we need to talk about what didn't go well as well. And there were 2 negative things, and we'll talk about them next. So just gone past 10k in about 1 hour 6 minutes, so pace is very good. We're just turning the legs over today. I'm not going to be doing any more than this 21 kilometres between now and the South Downs Way 50. I need to concentrate on recovery and just keeping myself ticking over. So, what went wrong on the 100 Hills 50k? Well, there were 2 things. The first was my footwear. So I drove up there with 2 pairs of shoes. I was wearing my Innovate Park Claws, which is a fantastic trail to road shoe, really good for average trail. But I also took up my X Talons, which I'm wearing today, and they're designed for mud and wet ground. And when we got there, the grass was quite firm. I felt that my park claws would be okay, but it was the wrong decision. And in hindsight, oh, it's pretty deep and wet. In hindsight, I should have worn my X Talons. It would have helped immensely with the climbing. I would have been able to climb much better, and there would have been a lot less slipping going on. But I learned from that. I won't make that same mistake for the South Downs Way 50. Even the tiniest hint of moisture, and I'll be wearing the X Talons for that. And the second thing was, I did an extra 1.2 kilometres, which I wasn't supposed to do because I missed the turning. So I thought I had downloaded the map to my watch, which I did, but I didn't sync my watch on my phone. And when I got there was no signal, so I couldn't do that. So I had to rely on following the marked course, which is fantastically marked, don't get me wrong. But I was following 3 people after the halfway point. I got to the halfway point in 2 hours 47, feeling great. And the guy at the front of these 3 people missed the left turning, and I just followed them without really looking, which is sort of on me. Ended up doing an extra 1.2k. Now, that was a problem for 2 reasons. One, psychologically, it just made me really tired knowing that I had to run that 1.2k more than everyone else. My watch was ticking over 40 kilometres, but I knew in the race I was only on 38.6 or 38.7. Not so tired after that. Secondly, my time. I think I would have got around 6 hours 4, 6 hours 5 if I hadn't done that extra 1.2 kilometres, which would have been a hell of a result, considering the ground and the elevation. And I ended up coming 98 out of 380 something. So I was very happy with the result, very happy with the time, but it could have been better if I hadn't have done that extra 1.2k. So overall, really pleased with the run. Just those 2 factors which will not be an issue for the South Downs Way 50 because I've already got the map on my watch for that. And if it is wet, I'll be wearing these. So that's all you can do really, is control the things you can control. We'll talk a bit more about the South Downs Way 50 in a bit. But for now, we're going along nicely. Nice, easy, gentle pace. About 10k to go. See you in a bit. So we've just gone through 15 kilometres in 1 hour 38. So we're still taking it very easy, feeling pretty good at the moment. I don't want to feel much worse than this by the end of it, because as I said, recovery is so important in between these races. So the next one, South Downs Way, 50 miles. It's actually just over 49 miles, 49 miles, which is about just under 79 kilometres. Now the most I've ever gone is the first stage of the half marathon des Sables, which is 60 kilometres. Now the elevation is 1,750 metres. Now I've done 1,800 metres before over a marathon, so this will be almost double the distance and the same elevation, and that tells me that it's not going to be as steep as when I did the 1,800 metres over a marathon. So I've done the elevation before, that's not an issue. The issue is the distance. Now granted, I felt rotten at the end of the first stage of the half marathon des Sables, but it was hot, it was windy, wasn't eating very well. So it should be totally different. I've got a pace plan. I'm going to be doing hopefully on average around 7 minute 30 kilometres over the 50 miles. So really between now and then it's all about just staying in condition, keep the recovery going, and hopefully on Saturday the 8th of April at 8:30 AM I'm on the start line ready to go for 50 miles. We'll see. Centurion, who run it, aid station's always really well stocked, so I haven't got to worry about nutrition or anything like that. That takes care of itself. As I said, the elevation I've done before, and it's just the distance I've got to worry about. And I will this time 100% take my GoPro. We will be filming that one. It's going to be epic. The main goal really is to finish, but I'll be very happy if I can come in between 10 and 11 hours. So the route starts at Weymouth. I'll put it on screen now. Starts at Weymouth, finishes at Eastbourne, and at the end of it you get to run round a track to finish, which should be nice. And then of course I've only got 4 weeks after that until the Ultra Trail Snowdonia. Never rains but it pours, eh, with these races, but hey, it was my choice. Okay, we've got about 5k to go on this training run. We'll check in just before the end, see how I'm feeling, but for now I want to get this done. See you soon. Okay, so just gone past 20k, under 1 kilometre to go now. I'm feeling a bit tired, but you know, tired enough to know that I've had a decent workout, but not too tired that I'm going to be exhausted, which I think is a nice happy medium. So for the rest of the week, I'll do a 10k tomorrow, just a nice gentle 10k tomorrow. Then interval session Thursday evening, but I'll be taking that easy as well. And then a 13-kilometer base run on Sunday. And then next week is race week, coming up so quick. 10k on Monday, 10k on Tuesday, and then nothing until the big one on Saturday, the 8th of April. So please do like and subscribe to the video. Like and subscribe to the video. Please do like and subscribe. It's my postman. He's probably thinking, what are you doing? Yes, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be the South Downs Way 50. Fingers crossed. See you then.